Let's start this run. We've got space prisms, which are good. Ice Storm from the very start is like, you know, top notch. The 1 damage times 5 is actually really good in the early game. And then you've got plenty of time to upgrade it. And upgraded Ice Storm is amazing. Diligent. Days. This is okay. The pizza and gelato. I saw his pizza. Oh wait, you mean your pizza, Travi? The one that was ripped in half instead of like cut. Hey Grid. Welcome. You ate it like a caveman. That's what it looked like. I'm not used to seeing pizza being torn as opposed to like sliced. It's a very weird look. I'm a fan of Titan Channel. It would be fairly easy to hatch and phase the first level here, and it makes things very very comfortable in the early game. Dire Channel's okay, but I don't think it compares to Titan. Totem Fragment. Totem Fragment is ridiculous. Totem Fragment with Ice Storm and double Titan's Gratitude to start. And already having Titan Channel. I think, yeah, this Merchant of Steel with the Stygian banner also helps to not go Mind Jacks. Or at least not necessarily need it. Yeah, I think it's kind of good. You didn't want to go back down. The hardest champion in the game. I think at the moment it might be... It might be Tethys. Which one's this? Damage shield on Slay. I guess I don't play the Train Steward. It might be Tethys. I think I do damage here. Like we're guaranteed to unphase next turn if we want to. We're gonna set it up to try and kill this. Oh, we can Ice Storm here. This is fine. Nice. And the rest should be pretty comfortable, I think. Fingers crossed. But I think Tethys is... I think it's sort of weak. Sort of weak compared to the other champs. But it's also, I think, the hardest to learn early on as well. Because it's so squishy, you have to know the fights quite well in order to keep it alive. And know how hard you can build around it, especially with Divinity. Like Tethys top floor against Divinity is sometimes trouble, right? And so I think for new players, keeping Tethys alive can be tough. And even something like Conduit, getting good value out of it is hard. Or it can be. Titan's Gratitude, Mollusk Mage, or Flash Freeze? I don't hate Mollusk Mage. I think with Titan's Gratitude and Ice Storm, that's like good payoffs for this. Flash Freeze is backline damage though, so maybe we just pick the backline damage up. There's just so much. There's so much. There's so much that we need, and we can like make arguments for picking up everything. One of these things is like Flash Freeze we cannot play on the top floor until we get enemies there, unless we're content with like flash freezing our own units to try and unphase Solgard. In a similar way though, like Titan's Gratitude isn't good for unphasing either, because we get times where we have foregone powers in our hand and Titan's Gratitude, and then whichever we play discards another spell, and so we are we're lowering our potential incants that way. And then there's Mollusk Mage, which isn't a spell at all. So plenty to think about. Also, thank you for the follow, Aura. Hope I said that correctly. 77. Thank you very much. Welcome. If you'd like to see me run Primordium next run, I can do that. I'm happy to. I think it's Flash Freeze. As much as I love Mollusk Mage, here's Mind Collapse. It's got the same problem, right? We can't play this unless there's an we can't play this as an incant trigger unless we have enemies on our floor. It's got to be a mortal trade. And by got to, I mean it doesn't really have to be. And we're going to pick Garda there named here. We're going to look to pick up another incant unit here probably, and then infuse them. Yeah, Flash Freeze is quite good for killing off backliners. I am not sure. I have not. I personally haven't gone looking for that sort of resource, but I imagine. I think just like at every ring, there appears to be different thresholds for each level, and then I think for the last threshold there appears to be, at least for like Seraph and Divinity, scaling things for how much into that threshold you get, like how far up. Multi-strike we like. So we hope we get a unit that can attack, basically. This is what we're hoping for. This isn't what I was talking about, but I'm conflicted now. We can multi-strike on Icy Sulfite, hoping to get something to help us out at some point. Some sort of scaling. Or we can multi-strike onto... I mean, it's the same, right? Yeah, we multi-strike onto Icy. And now we can no longer infuse this because we have to infuse something that does damage, I think. So here's the thing about Stygian and Umbra. Yeah, it's the damage scaling, right? Umbra scaling is either through morsels or things like Furnace Tap, Void Binding, and Perils of Production, right? Like the Ember Drain stuff. Stygian is usually through incanting. So Nameless Siren of the Sea. And so what happens, right, is that you can get in the position where we're not comfortable feeding Icy Sulfite morsels because it would have to be in the front. But we also don't have any incant scaling. So we'll see. Belt weakness does not match with your tanking champ. I think it's okay. We're not going to worry about this spell weakness too much. We're just gonna have a body that we can put multi-strike on and hopefully scale at some point. If we can switch out of this into something else, we would like to do that. But I think while it's here, while we've been offered multi-strike, we should take it. I don't think we take this. But having said that, what we should probably look for is a way to move into something that can deal with Ember Drain. Because that's one of our outs to getting damage up. I don't think we can take this. Wait, we've got 1 Divine Temple, 2, 3. We've only got 3 Divine Temples, and we've got this huge gap. Which means we can't actually be too picky about our infusions and stuff. This could be a tough run. We've got another Merchant of Steel here, but it's opposite this Merchant of Magic. I don't think we can take this. I mean, I think we can take it if we are okay with leaking. Icy Sulfite is just not built to tank the Mark of Invasion units. And it doesn't have quick. We could draw a Guard of the Unnamed, or we could just not play Icy Sulfite if we pick it up. Yeah, maybe we do it. I kind of want the gold here. Getting into another merchant 100% of the time. Next, provided we win this. Sorry, Travi, I forgot to read your thing. We could unnamed. Well, that wasn't great. Yeah, we're taking a bunch of damage. It was sort of expected. but it's still kind of painful. Two. We've got two. This is what I get for not immortal trading. I think there was a chance I could play Train Steward and Immortal Trader and then it dies. Or the IC. No, I should have played the IC and Immortal Traded it and then have it die. Because there's no way I'm getting it back anyway. Not that that guarantees me unphasing now. Okay. This is fine. Lifesteal, we'll take lifesteal, I guess. There we go. $10? Do we have more than 10? We will. Okay. You fear I lose us? Yeah, I think it's not going that well. But it's, I mean, this one in particular, adding junk and then, like, ruining our lives. I guess we have to take this as, like, how do I put this? His intern. Take this and ask ourselves, how are we going to deal with this against Seraph? Colorcore's nice. It's expensive, but it's nice. Okay, Horned Warrior multi-strike, F's Constellation, Demon Fiend Infusion, Berg's Goat, Resin Block, and double zero cost holdover. Hello tools, all within the first few rings. Yes, that sounds good. Hey, cool. How's it going? Hope you had a good weekend. I'm inclined to just keep on picking up these damage spells. Here's Perils. So we'll pick up Perils. We'll snap pick Perils. I'm not sure about this. I kind of want to go to Merchant of Magic and look for holdover. I think it beats going to this Merchant of Steel. And there could be something we pick up here, I'm not sure. We might have to... Okay, here's holdover. We might have to look for Morsel Maker. Might have to look for Morsel Maker. Ah! Aha! Yeah, turns out it was right around the corner. This gives us some inherent scaling into Icy, and yeah, that's not too bad. And we're also under pressure, right? Because if we don't infuse now, we have to carry those units all the way to here. And this is where it's like pretty rough. The Ring 5 boss can be very difficult if you haven't got your scaling and stuff sorted by then. Even Ring 4 is potentially a challenge. So having the next Divine Temple this late means I was kind of forced to look for something that gives me value now. Plus 10 in Pierce, we can slap this on an Ice Storm. We can also make Helical free. It's very tempting. it's also a lot of back shards. With perils, we're no longer under pressure to make our whole deck free, so we can play something like Void Binding. We are still incentivized to make things zero cost, so we can play them before perils against Seraph. We don't want to rely on playing perils first every single time, otherwise then it gets consumed and we run into a ton of problems. Spell chain, yeah, spell chain is amazing. Spell chain is incredible. Oh wait, we've got 4. I didn't realize we had 4. For some reason I thought we had 3, but that was because I was counting 3 more after this one. I'm wondering whether I look for intrinsic though. I think either is okay. I think I -1 Shadesplitters because these are cards we want to play. These are cards we want to play first. If I could get the words out of my mouth, that's what I was trying to say. And sigh. Yeah, let's do this. Again, I think we only have 2 more. Yeah, we got 2 more Divine Temples. Our next Merchant of Magic's not till here. I don't mind. And then even then we might go to this Merchant of Steel, I think. So it might be here. So I don't mind upgrading the Ice Storm now. I think we can probably just handle it. Ember Stasis. I didn't want to have to pick this up now. It is pretty good against Seraph the Diligent. I think we do it. We hope we can set up somewhere not too weak against Kalos. I guess we take it. We can play the Shadesplitter as well. Yeah, let's just tank with it. Lucky to get that first. We need to remove this guard at some point. I think I want to play 1 spell up here. Okay, I guess we play this one up there. So Morsel Maker does... Oh, I can highlight it here. Resolve, +6/+6. So at the end of every turn, Icy Solar Fight gets a little bit stronger, both in attack and in health. So it's not a lot, but it is some scaling, and it will help. I guess we'll do this, doesn't matter. And then take the shard. Ice Storm. This only blocks 1 damage. I think we play this at the back and we Ice Storm this floor. Yeah, it's definitely what we're looking for at the moment. It sort of trails off towards the end because +6/+6 is obviously very good stats compared to the enemies you fight throughout the early game. Through a bit of the mid game, it's also very good. It helps against things like spikes and sweep. But then as the game goes on, it gets sort of just like a little bit worse. We'll get rid of these as soon as possible. We no longer need to incant. Yeah, not good enough for surviving Divinity, but it's helpful in conjunction with other things. Lifesteal with Titan Channel, by the way, is ridiculous. Because it only hits once and it goes up to right now 40, right? But level 3 it'll go up to 200. It's quite good. We'll get this other one out as well. As nice as it is to hold on to things that do 120 damage, with Titan Channel we don't want them hanging about. Okay, so we need to continue to pick up very strong cards. Like this. Umbra Stone's pretty good. Shroud Spike. Shroud Spike is like sort of scaling. The problem is we can't get it onto Icy Solar Fight that easily. It'll be Trample, right? It'll be Trample. Trample's the better thing. And we skip. Draw seems good. I think we continue on the path of Titan Channel. I'm not 1000% sure. Oh yeah, it's +6/+6 on Resolve. We could go and dupe this. We could dupe Perils of Production, which isn't bad. It gives us a higher chance of drawing it early when we need it. And then we've got 2 later on to actually scale proper damage. What we don't get is we don't get the removals of Train Stewards. And we don't get the removal of the Guard of the Unnamed. And this is like, I don't care about this really, or this. Yeah, I'm wondering if we just have to take these removals. %50 chance. We could get these Space Prisms back. I'm not sure if that's worth much. Later on though, is there anything I'd want to get back? Yes, we have the boss that eats spells. So I guess that's good, right? Yeah, 50% chance for them not to be eaten. The downside is that we can end up preserving things like space prisms and trample, and it clogs up our draw for hitting Titan's Gratitude and Ice Storm the next time we go through our deck. And something tells me hitting big spells to trigger off Totem Fragment is going to be important in order to clear the first couple of waves before we can scale our Icy Sulfite. But actually that means that's the opposite of what I said, right? Which is the second time through our deck we can't find them. Yeah, let's pick it. Second time through our deck, hopefully Icy's scaled. Remove that, remove Transsteward. We could pick up gold here. We could also pick up Dire Channel. I think 1 point in Dire Channel is not bad. We can feed it morsels and Ember Drain, and 4550 is enough for that. We could be very slow to get to this 10. Yeah, 10's on the high side. But then we miss out on a lot of damage. 200 damage is a ton of damage later. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think we're going here. But I'm not sure. I'd really like to dupe the perils at some point. Can we get away with going to this Merchant of Magic, this Merchant of Magic, and then this Merchant of Steel? In Ring 7. I'm going to take this. So we have more gold going into the shop next. Spell Shield. Spell Shield. Oh, Haste. Haste is not great. Haste is not great. I think we can do Spell Shield. Just. Maybe we can't. Maybe we leak. But 150 gold seems worth it. The thing about this is we won't leak the low health units. So it feels a lot better. What an amazing start. Like actually just ridiculous. And now we've got a reason to continue incanting top floor. But yeah, now as long as we draw like decently good morsels and then lifesteal eventually, I think we'll be fine. When do we need it? We need it in the next couple of turns. No, we don't. We should be fine, even if we don't get it. Because the boss isn't gonna immediately kill us anyway. Here we go. Yeah, trample and sweep is very good. I'm pretty sure they haven't. I think it's still just ridiculous. Yeah, we've got 3 turns of lifesteal still, so this is going to be doing 13 damage. We're fine, and we're up to 24 shards, so we're doing 100 damage as well through spells. Another lifesteal. Yeah, I might have been. I think we drew well. We drew very well. Like, turn 1 perils is probably the best option we had against dealing with the sweeper flaws. But yeah, with that draw, if I'd known we were getting that draw, I guess it was an easy 2 points in Titan Channel. I'm unsure. I'm considering fattening up my deck a little bit. I want to remove foregone powers, at least a couple at some point, so we don't get the, you know, multiple cards that discard at the same time. It also makes us more able to go into things like Frenzied Swarm and to pick up Drain, which I like doing. Cannibalize and Cave In. I think it's a skip. Okay, do we risk it? Do we go to this Merchant of Magic or not? What am I looking for on IC? Another multi? Another multi wouldn't be bad. We would have potential survivability issues against Divinity. But it would certainly help with our lack of scaling. So we have an issue, and that is that Solgard generally likes to be top floor. Like, especially Titan Channel, to give you those turns to get it out of its phased, you know, phased mode. But then that means we have to deal with sweep against with Divinity, which means Icy could struggle. We could large stone. I think that's an option. It stops us from being able to put morsels with them before we get space prisms. Armor incant. That's true. Armor incant's okay. I usually like quick, but I think Titan Channel is probably good enough to tank and not need quick. Yeah, holdover on a mortal trade would be great. But yeah, I think large stone or just health or something. Maybe I want to go here to this unstable vortex. Which means I do go here and I upgrade units now. We also get this cabin. The cabins are okay, I guess. Here's quick. I don't think we need it. I don't think we need it. I think we re-roll. Whoops. I didn't mean to click it. Good thing it doesn't auto-buy onto something. Endless. I think we'll incant armor. And the reason for that is because we're going to this concealed cabins. And also I don't necessarily want to go to another Merchant of Steel anyway. Lock it. I mean, we can take the locket. Extra 75 damage on our ice storms. And our Titan's gratitudes. We've got 5, I guess. I mean, when you combine this, like, we've got Ice Storm and 2 attuned cards. So this is 75 damage, but we've also got Totem Fragment. So that's 3 times, right? So with those spells, it's an extra 225 damage. And so the question is, do we need the capacity? And if we don't, because we can already fit in these 2 with 4 capacity, and then we have space prisms later. So if we don't, maybe we take the extra truckload of damage. I think it's okay. We're gonna not pick that up though. Okay, we're up against the sweeper, so we should be fine. I don't think the bosses matter anymore. As long as we get lifesteal onto Solgard. It's gonna be the waves. I think we're okay to survive this, even though this has sweepers with +6 attack now. And then we put this nowhere. Trample. Nice, we've got our perils. We've got no extra capacity though. Not yet. We don't want to feed that. This is fine. Oh, we could feed this actually. Because this will die to that next turn. In fact, now that I'm thinking of it, I probably didn't want to pick off those other units because I've got trample. Yeah, we're going to take a hit because of it, I think. But yeah, if I hadn't gotten rid of those, then Trample would have done good work. We still play everything out because incanting is important to us still. That was maybe a mistake. We'll do this. As long as Solgard is above 11, we're fine. Because it gets the lifesteal. We can take off some of this, I guess. And yeah. We are pretty good. Here's Drain. Oh, another Ice Storm though. Another Ice Storm. No, it's Drain, right? It's Drain. I think Drain makes it so we can just sit up top and don't care about other things. And this is a skip. Okay, what needs to happen to unlock the center shrine in each of the circle? Okay, so these things, I think they unlock at a certain covenant, so... Covenant? Yeah. But yeah, hope that gets things sorted for you. So we haven't hit Spell Chain, which is a little bit sad. We can -2 the Umbra Stone, although I'm wondering if that's a waste. But we'll see. I think we'll roll this shop and see if we can get like double stack on Drain. Maybe. We can hold over Immortal Trade, yeah. Holdover on Drain is also very good. I like holdover on Drain. Holdover on Drain might be better than double stack because we're not going to dupe it. I think you're correct. I think we hold over it. And now we really want to get rid of these foregone powers. They're just in the way. I think we're okay -1ing it as well. Although I think we -1 these Shadesplitters first. Do we want to double stack holdover? We can do that. That sort of guarantees you win. Relentless. Holdover double stack Drain. We still have to beat the regular waves. Unfortunately. And it gets a bit tricky with these Titan's Gratitude. What's so good? What good is so little sap? So what happens is the sap ends up stacking against bosses, mainly flying bosses. So imagine if we get it turn 3, right? And we get 8 turns of sap against Seraph. A lot of these Seraphs, they have a low amount of damage with multi-strike. So if you can get like sap 10 on them, they do 0 damage. And so that's like 5 turns of something of like holdover Drain, right? So Seraph basically does 0 damage for the first 2 or 3 turns, and that ends up being a ton of extra damage, right? And then also setting up against Divinity top, you basically nullify the sweep and don't have to worry about it throughout the regular waves. And then during Relentless, again, it's about buying ourselves a ton of free turns to win at the end. Yeah, exactly what Odin said. Odin. It will be difficult. It depends on how much of our deck we get to reduce to 0 cost. Let's say we reduce 2 of these to 0 and then 2 of those to 0. Our deck is basically free apart from our damage spells and Umbra Stone. But you're right, it might be unnecessary. Yeah, well, if we get Spell Chain on Perils, yeah. That would do it too. I'm also pretty open to duping Perils. So we get our scaling earlier, and we get more scaling once we pick up both. And that would also help. So what double stack helps with is it helps with sapping regular enemies if I need it. Some of these enemies hit pretty hard, and reducing how much damage they do can be important, especially if they're going to leak. Yeah, reducing their damage by 12 if they leak for like 2 turns worth of pyre damage. That's a ton of pyre damage saved. So what I think I do is I -1 something else, and then I roll to see if I even see double stack. Here's remove consume. Okay, so we'll leave it open. And then we can figure it out later. At the moment, it's a question we don't need to answer. Although we still have this question, do we value stone something? We could do it on the helical, or we could do it on the Umbra Stone. We could do this. That's not bad. Or this. This is also pretty good. I'm tempted to do this, and we can pick off the units that give spikes during Divinity. Just get the 3rd spell upgrades. You know what? That would help as well. I'm open to doing that. Okay, so the question is, if we want to dupe Perils here, or potentially dupe Perils, we have to be open to not picking up any pack shards through this hell vent. We pick this up, we go to 70, and then we need 30 more from this Divine Temple and this Divine Temple. We're not going to have the units to infuse. Well, we might not necessarily want to, and that means I should pick up this value stone. Value stone sap? No, I don't think so. Because that means if I don't get it, then I completely lock away double stack. I mean, maybe. We are so rich. How did we get so much money? I guess we just didn't spend any. I stocked up on money here to go to one of these, and then I ended up only buying Incant armor, so I guess that was it. And then this one we spent no gold. Yeah, so we've spent like 25 gold in like the last 2 rings, I suppose. Oh, but that's not including this ring, which we just spent a bunch. I feel like we shouldn't have as much gold as we do. Let's get rid of this train steward because we do have enough gold to do that. I could have also gotten rid of a foregone power, I think. I think that was pretty... a pretty strong move if we were that way inclined. Do we just do this? I suppose. I was wondering whether it was better to drop it actually, just to make sure I pick up scaling by whenever I needed the scaling. Yeah, maybe I drop it. I try and draw... Well, if I sap this, I take less damage. Fine. I've convinced myself to keep going. But because we still have foregone powers, we're in a little bit of a weird position. Oh, it got... We can foregone power this. So we're fine. Can we immortal trade? That's the question. I think we have to. For this. So I'm just going to do it. And now we just have, yeah, we had like okay odds to get it. So this is plus 10 armor, plus 30? No, plus 10. But it's we're getting plus 5 here. So this is 1 over. This means nothing because of the spell shield. And this is also 1 over. Yeah, we're 8 damage short. It's okay. A little bit sad. I guess I could have drained it. Maybe I could have drained it. Whoops. That was the best time to stuff it up. Boom. We'll feed this. We've only got 6 sap. 6 is okay. Hopefully we pick up drain again at some point. This only matters if we ice storm. There we go. We get more lifesteal. I think we're fine. I mean, we've got enough lifesteal that drain doesn't matter too much. But we'll do it anyway. Here we go. Turns out it was okay that we dropped the drain. Furnace tap? I think furnace tap's okay. Furnace tap with wing clippings. doesn't sound like the worst. Also, sorry, Zan, I forgot to say hi. Hello. Hope you had a good weekend. And we go draw. Okay, we get to go here with a bunch of gold and no units that need upgrading. Do I think furnace? Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I also don't know whether I'm furnace tapping Icy or furnace tapping Solgard. But double stack on it seems good. I think Icicle Fracture doesn't work that well. It's okay, but we've got a lot of discarding stuff. I think the biggest thing we're going to have to deal with are the junk cards. So we roll and we look for Sinner's Solve. Try and get that to help us out. Yeah, I think we got too many discards to have any sort of Icicle Fracture plan. It would just be like we luck into holding a card that we need. And even then, I'm not sure if we have the cards we want to hold at the moment. Shadow Box. House Banners is kind of interesting. Trader's Quill. Trader's Quill isn't that good. A lot of the time we don't even consume what we want to consume. With so many Shadesplitters though. I feel like with wing clippings it like loses value. That's the only thing. And it's 225 gold. I know we're rich, but we also have another Merchant of Trinkets. Trader's Quill and Repeater? Yeah, that sounds great. I think Trader's Quill in general and Refracting Lens, is it? With Wormkin? Are phenomenal. They are so good. Yeah, I'm leaning towards House Banners, even though I'm not sure what I'd use the extra Ember on. I think with Helical, maybe. Helical Furnace Tap, maybe they make me want to have extra Ember. But I'm not actually sure. We're gonna... Let's take this. Yes, we do. We've got this one. Magic Shop and Dupe. And removal. Let's see if this changes our mind. Oh, we got Firestone Housing. I think it's too late. There's no way we're turning down Magic and Dupe. Mask of Penumbra is great though. Probably better than Token of a Traitor. Yeah, I think we leave and we try and do that. Let's get rid of a foregone power. Let's get rid of 2. 2? Yeah. And I think we can Titan channel 2. We're a little bit weak. I think we do need double perils. Spell shield. Yeah. I'm not too scared. I think we can leak as well. I do need to be a bit more proactive now that it's not 4. Okay, this is good. I guess we can sap this. We can sap it next turn. We don't need to sap it this turn. Oh, we could sap it both, and then we can leak it. Oh, it doesn't matter. Sorry, I forgot we ice storm, so it's like dying 100% of the time. I could kill this. This is okay. Our scaling's starting to feel as weak as it is, basically. We are not scaling by much. But the fact that we've got an extra multi-strike is what's doing it, I think. We can check this here and try and kill that, I guess. Maybe it doesn't matter. We're doing 150 sweep. No, we're fine. We're much better off just incanting. Now, if I ice storm and kill everything, I don't get to drain. Oh no, I can drain down below. We'll do this. Oh, it's dying. Yeah, I have to do it. I suppose you're right. That was a lot of damage. I guess we'll have to watch out for that. We got 4 lifesteal, so I don't think the drain matters anymore. We'll do it anyway. Yeah. And then we get to lifesteal again. Maybe drain is overkill. I think it's going to help us against the regular waves of Divinity. But it does feel a little overboard. There's a chance if we don't draw spells on the right turn. There's another drain and a frenzied swarm. I don't think we picked those. I like urchin spines. Here's void binding. We picked that. We certainly picked void binding, and now we don't mind seeing another holdover as well. What was I talking about? I feel like I had something reasonably important to say. No, maybe not. Maybe important's the wrong word. I had something to say. Oh, that's true. Yeah, if we don't draw the right spells, we might have trouble taking down minor bosses. That is still a concern. Icy is not really scaling to that sort of level. And Icy is attacking after Solgard. So what we can do is we can look to urchin spines if we pick it up and we also have the other thing, and then like try and get rid of the tank in front of the mini boss and get an ice storm on it or get Titan's Gratitude. Holdover Void Binding would certainly be good. Double stack, we get double stack. And we get Spell Chain, okay. So that seems good. We can now Spell Chain our perils and dupe it. We can probably double stack the Furnace Tap. You dupe the Furnace Tap? I want to dupe it so I can always play Void Binding and always play Furnace Tap. Well, not always, but I have a higher chance of drawing perils first, and that unlocks my ability to like safely do everything else. Especially if I get holdover and Void Binding as well. I'm going to want to not eat the Ember Drain in the face, right? And so we increase our chances of being able to like just slap down any of our Ember Drain cards if we duplicate this perils. Hey Jordice. Homster Train, yes. Welcome. Yeah, so that's my plan at the moment. I think it's like this is going on this for sure, and then it's getting duped. Needs more Ice Storm. Maybe. I think we're going to get rid of these. Spell Chain Perils negates consume spells. It doesn't because the copy has one Ember. So I have to be able to play out something first. I can't use a Purge Perils, if that makes sense, as my first card. But I think we're not too bad. But yeah, a lot of the time if you have a if you're not doing Ember Drain and you've got no good plan, you can slap Spell Chain on something and make sure you play the Purge version first, and then that always gives you something to consume. So it stops you from like completely consuming your entire deck down, because once your deck gets small enough, you just leave the Purge version and cast that, then play the Spell Chain to create another one, and leave it again for the next draw. Once the deck gets small enough. The Purge versions do cost one, yeah. I mean, not in this deck. I'm talking about in other situations where it's not on something that like that Ember Drains you or anything. Hey Baby Blue. Welcome. So do we double stack this Furnace Tap? I feel like it's the thing to do. The Heffies put you here. Heffies? Nice. I appreciate it. Welcome. See if I can hit remove consume too. Ah, that's true. We can play expensive cards now. So I think I -1 this drain now. Or the Shadesplit. No, I think Shadesplit is still better. Permafrost. Permafrost. Permafrost seems like we don't want to spend money on that. Yes, this is the last shop. Oh, it means we don't get holdover and void binding. It was literally the worst upgrade. That's okay. Now I just have to... Do I minus the Shadesplitter? I think I do. That gets all the things I'm happy to consume out at 0 cost, which seems good. We'll boost this Ice Storm. We're always duping arrows, I think, to go up to 110. Now we just decide on these and removals. Multi-loader seems good. I feel like this can't hurt. It gives us 1 turn before we have to deal with junk in our deck. And it's probably worth it just for that, even. Titan's Claw. I'm not sure if I like any of these that much. Oh, we can pick up Wing Technology, maybe? On the off chance we want to tank with it. You always containment? I think that's fine. That's true. Things that get spawned on the bottom, the 3 health ones die before they get to the top, right? Yeah, I think I pick up these 2. Do I remove out these foregone powers? I feel like I do. Although I could remove this helical. That could be... No, I think I'm fine to do this. Okay. Done. Clicked on all these things. We've got 100. Spent all our gold. I have 10 ember per turn. Yes. What do we do here? I feel like I should at least start incanting up here. The question is whether I hold off on draining. I think I can drain next time. Although, first time through my deck, I pick up perils and they slow down my second draw through the deck, so if I have to draw drain again, it might not be till very late. I think I'm okay doing that. Oh, I don't get to void binding anything. This is fine. The whole point is to buy ourselves time. This is not okay though. This is not that good. This dying is good. We still have an okay chance of killing that with either Titan's Gratitude, Ice Storm, or any of these Vengeful Shards. So I think we're fine for now. Ah, we get a draw. Draws are good. Turns out everything's fine. Don't mind me. Could I have killed it? Did I have something that I didn't play? The Flash Freeze. Did I play the Flash Freeze? Oh yeah, and I killed the Dazed one. Yeah, you're right. You are correct. So the plan here is to hit one with this. See what I draw. Dead weight. I guess we can keep incanting. So much junk. If only I had listened to Jord. Preserved. Nice. Arrows. Now we start scaling. We're doing 200 damage. We still need lifesteal at some point to help us not die. We can start blocking with morsels. Or we can just feed it lifesteal. That's also an option. This dies to Frostbite. We can Ice Storm down here. That's good. And I think... Oh, another lifesteal. Yeah. Great. I think we're well on the way. Where does it come? Top? Okay, do I die? I do. We have to drain. Well, I die exactly. Yeah, we just drain one of those. And I think we're fine. There we go. But this is like the sort of thing you have to watch out for, right? It should be less of a problem against Divinity because use a trample card first. What did I play first? I can't remember. Because we won't have junk in our deck. But it is something to worry about. Our Icy isn't that tanky, so tactical tech 30. Sure, I'll take that. This actually does a ton of damage. Ah, we got the Void Binding. And it is 4 PM, time for your tech thinning. I think we got it. Nice. I'll stop. I consumed the lifesteal card. That if I did that, that was a mistake. That was like clearly a mistake. Easy snooze. I'm sorry, it's so boring. I think it's okay. It's I'm reasonably happy with how it's going. Look at this. We get to Space Prism and then play a morsel in the space we just created. Is it worth playing though? I guess so. The chances of drawing another morsel and wanting to put it there instead are quite low. Yeah. I think we... I think I just do this. I just need to get it out of phase. Yeah, I hope so. There we go. This draw is definitely a lot nicer. Ah! Preserved? Okay, we preserved our multi-strike. So that's a good start. We'll do that. We want to kill this thing. I'm happy that these are dazed. I'll say that much. We're looking for not Ember. We'd get it anyway. We can do this. That will die in 2 turns. Or will it? Does this die first and then give armor to that? Possibly. I think we have enough armor and stuff to survive the spikes anyway. Now we've got lifesteal on Solgard. We've had a very friendly draw, I think. I'm not really complaining. It's more of an observation. But yeah, this draw has been very kind to me. Nice, more lifesteal. Ah! My computer is not dealing. $500 damage. Look at Divinity. I think we're fine for the mini bosses. We're gonna have to leave some sap for the Ember Drainer. My computer's having a tough time. Yeah, turn off background animations. Maybe I should. It's weird because it's like never a factor until it is. And then as soon as it's a factor, everything starts slowing. Okay, we should win next turn. Wait. We should win this turn. I changed my mind. Yeah, I forgot that our sweeper adds spell weakness. I was pretty surprised by our like billion damage. Spell. There was just a flash freeze. GG.